If you've been studying for your Part 107 remote pilot test and you just keep struggling with airspace, don't worry, you're not alone. Everyone struggles with airspace. In this video, which is an excerpt from my Part 107 remote pilot test prep course, we're going to go over one of the most difficult types of airspace to understand, and that is Class E airspace. What are all the different types of Class E airspace? What do they look like? And where you can and cannot fly in Class E airspace. If you want to check out more free videos from that course, you can go to photocourses.link/107. So here it is, Class E airspace.
The first type of controlled airspace that we're going to talk about is Class E airspace. And Class E airspace tends to give people the most grief because there are a few different types of Class E airspace. Class E airspace covers the entire United States, and the rules for flying drones are different in each type of Class E airspace. But we're going to go through all of it step by step in this video so that you'll have it figured out in the next few minutes. And the first type of Class E airspace is Class E airspace that goes all the way down to the surface, which we abbreviate as Class E SFC. Class E airspace that goes down to the surface is indicated on the charts by a dashed magenta line, which you will always find surrounding airports, generally rural airports that have instrument approaches for that airport. So if the weather is bad and the pilot is coming into land and he's in the clouds, only using instruments to fly, Class E airspace is going to be protecting that airspace as he's flying through the weather, which is why these smaller airports have this controlled airspace that goes all the way down to the surface for that protection. And Class E airspace that goes down to the surface is the only type of Class E airspace where you need authorization to fly your drone. Next to that Class E surface airspace, on the outside of that dashed magenta line, you're going to find Class G uncontrolled airspace. Don't confuse these dashed magenta lines, which are circular or rectangular in shape and surrounding an airport, with the long, straight, vertical dashed magenta lines, which we'll learn about in an upcoming video. These are not related to airspace. The next type of Class E airspace that we're going to talk about is Class E controlled airspace that starts at 700 feet above the ground, or AGL, and extends upward. This type of airspace is indicated on the charts by a thick shaded magenta line, and you're going to find this all over the United States, surrounding nearly all airports. And in Class E airspace that starts at 700 feet AGL, you do not need authorization to fly there, even though it is classified as controlled airspace. And there could be times where you might be flying above 700 feet AGL, like if you're over a tall tower or a building, but you don't need authorization to fly there. Because this type of airspace can cover such a large area over the United States, it can be confusing when you're looking at a chart to figure out which side of that line is where Class E airspace starts at 700 feet. So when you're looking at these thick shaded magenta lines, you'll notice that one side of the line has a very hard, abrupt edge, while the other side of the line is kind of shaded and feathered in or less opaque. It blends in. The area where it blends into the chart is the side of that line where the Class E airspace starts at 700 feet AGL. Outside of that, you're going to have Class G uncontrolled airspace at 700 feet. Now for the final example, we showed this Class E airspace surrounding an airport that had Class E airspace going down to the surface. But you can also find this type of airspace above airports that are uncontrolled. So if you look at this example, you have this thick shaded magenta line surrounding this airport, but you have no other lines. You don't have that dashed magenta line inside of that. And this means that the airspace underneath, at the surface of the airport on the runway, is Class G uncontrolled airspace. The controlled airspace, Class E, doesn't start until 700 feet AGL above that airport, and you're mostly going to find these situations at rural airports. The third and final type of Class E airspace is Class E airspace that starts at 1,200 feet AGL or above the ground, and there's no symbology for this on the charts. This type of airspace just starts everywhere where there's nothing else. And when we were talking about Class G airspace, I said that you're always going to have controlled airspace above you, even if you're in the middle of nowhere. You're going to have Class E controlled airspace starting at 1,200 feet above you. That's where Class G ends. And that's what this looks like in this example. You have that dashed magenta line indicating Class E airspace starting at the surface. That is surrounded by a thick shaded magenta line, meaning that Class E airspace starts at 700 feet AGL inside of that. Outside of that, Class E airspace starts at 1,200 feet AGL, with Class G uncontrolled airspace below all of that. In all cases where you have Class E airspace, with very few exceptions, that Class E airspace goes up to and including 17,999 feet MSL above sea level, and then Class A airspace starts at 18,000 feet MSL, where large commercial aircraft fly. So whether that Class E airspace starts at the surface at 700 feet AGL or 1,200 feet AGL, it goes up to and includes 17,999 feet MSL. So now if we just look at this from the perspective of where do I need authorization to fly as a drone pilot in all of these different types of Class E airspace, even though there are those three types, you only need authorization to fly in that Class E surface airspace surrounding an airport inside of that dashed magenta line. And to sum up the rest, Class E airspace that starts at 700 feet AGL is the thick shaded magenta line with Class G below it, and Class E airspace that starts at 1,200 feet AGL is everything outside of that thick shaded magenta line with Class G below that. Now, with all of that said, that doesn't mean that you're free from any kind of risk of manned aircraft flying around you. You still need to look out for manned aircraft in both controlled and uncontrolled airspace. You just need authorization inside of that dashed magenta line associated with an airport for Class E. We'll continue with our alphabet next with Class D airspace.